My daughter Amanda is madly in love with Dylan. Unfortunately, he is a severe epileptic. The problem is he doesn't keep his epilepsy under control.
Dylan, you gotta calm down.
Dylan, please. I'm sure that he's had up to 400 seizures. I probably called the paramedics 50 times this past year.
When the medical personnel are trying to attend to him, he gets volatile and violent.
You're going to the hospital.
Okay, I've taken over the role of being guardian for Dylan. I'm the only one willing to do it.
Dylan will call my daughter 5, 6, 7 times a day. Amanda feels she doesn't pick up the phone. That might be the last time she talks to him. Amanda cannot be responsible for saving Dylan's life. She's just 20 years old. It's too much pressure on a young girl.
The first time I ever saw Dylan have a seizure in 2015, he just sits up with his eyes open. He just starts like his whole body convulsing like this and like almost like foaming at the mouth like a full grandma seizure. And all of a sudden he just stops. And that's when he just grabbed me like lovingly and like held me close to him like he didn't want to let me go. It was the exact moment that I knew that I wanted to be with him and I was the most important thing. That time he was the most attractive guy I've ever seen. To me, it looks like he could be related to Leonardo DiCaprio. I just immediately physically fell in love with him.
To make matters worse, they have a lovely 3-year-old son, Hayden. I feel I'm partially to blame. I allowed Dylan to come into our house and stay on our couch. Within 2 weeks, it seems like she was pregnant. I mean, it was fast. They talk about getting married and being a family.
There's nothing more that I want than to be mom and dad.
Neither one of them is in a position to take care of themselves, let alone take care of a child.
It's like, Mom, I get it. Let me be an adult.
Amanda needs to move on. Amanda needs to be with a person that can help her co-parent, not somebody that she has to be a parent to.
Okay, now let me be very clear about something here. You're not judging Dylan as being an adequate, inferior, or an unfit companion for your daughter because he's an epileptic.
Oh, no, not at all.
That's not the issue.
No. My issue is that Dylan doesn't take his medication. His epilepsy could be maintained, it could be controlled, he could live a productive life, but he chooses not to follow doctor's orders. Case in point, he was in the emergency room yesterday, and not only was Dylan, my daughter was a patient in the emergency room yesterday.
Why were you a patient yesterday?
Well, I have a history of ulcers that I've had since I've been with Dylan.
Okay.
And when I was at the ER with him, I started violently getting sick, and they said, we're gonna check you in.
His mismanagement or failure to manage is affecting you because you're taking it on.
Yeah.
And how old is he?
He's 25, but he honestly,
He's not a 25-year-old
he
Dr.
operates
Phil.
on a 15-year-old level.
Why?
Because of all the brain damage from all the seizures, he constantly hits his head.
He doesn't remember days of his life. And I think that's why he doesn't take his medicine, because when you say, did you take your medicine, Dylan? And he'll think back, and he'll probably see a picture of himself taking medicine, but that was a week ago. You're
in my wheelhouse now because I have worked with this population for years. For years. So I'm hearing a lot of what you guys are telling me that I've heard time and time and time again, and it sounds to me like nothing but a bunch of excuses.